Hey guys, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. Sorry, I haven't been able to be live with you guys very much this week, but that's how it goes. So here we are, and I have about an hour to play with you guys and to work on things. So let's do this. I came back to my desk and this is what was left here from our last play session where I used my leftover scraps from my sheet load this month. And in that session, we made these two cards. And then I had this 1 5x7 piece left over. So I think I'll work with the same scraps. Ooh, that's nice. And we'll just make something with all of this. And then maybe I'll think of something else. Hello, Jennifer. So good to see you. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I am just pulling out some scraps here. I probably won't use all of these, but I'm just seeing what's on my desk. Some little scrappies, teeny tiny scraps. I don't even remember which projects these are from. Oh, that looks like that's from that recipe and farmer kind of mini album. Oh, I am so happy it's Friday, Jennifer. I actually have the weekend off and I am delighted. I am so delighted by it. I'm going to be live with y'all again tomorrow for sure in the morning, unless things just went completely awry. It won't be early like this. It'll be a little later than this so that more people get to join us. We'll do some kind of something. I really want to make junk journals. I need to see what Sweet Pea Curiosities is cooking up these days. And okay, now I've hit the jackpot of scraps off to the side. Y'all can't really see what I'm going through, but I'm going through all these scraps that are just kind of on the side of my desk. Okay, that's enough. That's enough to keep us busy for the next little bit here. So let me find let me find my girl again. There it is. Okay, this is my card base. But yeah, we'll be live again, or I will be live again tomorrow sometime as well. I like the green and the moon. This is a piece I had cut the other day and didn't use. That frayed edge is a little too much for me. Let's get that out of there. Oh, it is so good. It is so, so good. Hi, Vicki. Good morning. How are you, dear? What are y'all doing this weekend? Vicki, how was the rodeo? How was the parade and the rodeo? Oh, I like that better. Okay. This is just me playing with scraps. These are scrappy cards. Really? Scrappy cards, I think, are my favorite cards because it's like automatic playing with paper with patterned paper. So I do think they're my favorite. Some of my favorite. I love mixed media and scrappy cards. Just playing with this little piece here, but we'll save that. I just kind of like it simple like this. And then let me grab my stamp set. I might make something with it as well, but I kind of just like it just like this. I've been bad, you guys. I've not been putting my stamps up. I need to put away some stamps and things. I'm looking for my copy of my stamp set as we speak. Yeah, I need to put some things away. I need to clean up after myself. Crafting with friends tomorrow. Oh my gosh, in real life. Like real life crafting with friends, Jennifer? That sounds delightful. I need to get Letty. I haven't seen Letty from Party Planner Papery in so long. The last time I saw Letty was when Debbie was in town, which is kind of ridiculous because Letty and I live like 15 miles from each other. I just get so caught up with all the things that it escapes me. There it is. Found it. So let's play with it. Yay. Okay. I kind of want to use it to build like a border edge here, but we'll see. I don't know. I kind of like this bird too. Oh, but I can't really use the bird because it won't show. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna grab a scrap. We all know I've got those. Real life, in person. Rodeo was great. Weather was perfect. The parade was a little disappointing. No Longhorns in it this year. Aww. Missing the Longhorns. Did you know that Longhorns and like cows are responsible for more casualties each year than bears? One of my brothers is about to take my son to the Ozarks to go camping and like survivalist style for a few days. And my son's like, "Are there bears?" I was like, "Don't worry about the bears. There's no bears." But of course he's 14 and knows better than to listen to me. So he looks it up and he's like, yeah, there's bears, Mom." And I was like, "Don't worry about it. They're safer than cows." Okay, so when I designed this little stamp set, I wanted to create something that you could kind of build on. So I probably stamped those too close to each other, but that's okay. We'll work it out. It's just a scrap after all. I'm going to come back and do a video and show y'all all the ways that in my head that I designed this to be used. I cannot wait. I think the most exciting thing for me about these products is seeing, I can't wait to see what other people do with them. But this is what one of the ways I had envisioned this stamp set being used. I made that one a little longer than I needed it. But that's what's so cool about this is you can kind of customize. So I'm gonna bring back the stamp. I think I'm just gonna stamp it right there. But I can't wait to see what other people envision and do. That's really exciting to me, to see how other people play with the paper and the stamps and the things. So I'm going to cut that off right there. I'm going to trim this off right here. And I'm going to let this dry, but I think I might distress it. We'll see. I'm making a 5x7 card with my scraps. Yeah, I like that. Just adding a few little kind of scrappy layers here. If I add that there though, now I'm wanting to do more to this. Grab a book page. Yeah, Vicki, you talking about the rodeo made me want to go to the rodeo. It was after you left last time. But I was telling everyone we tried to take our kids to the rodeo for the first time. It's been a couple of years ago, but it was kind of right after all the restrictions lifted and things were opening up again. And the rodeo was packed. Like they were having to turn away hundreds of people at the gates because they're just, I mean, it was going to be a fire hazard if they let anyone else in. It's like everybody was wanting to go to the rodeo. Austin has a rodeo I've never been to. My kids have never been to a rodeo. So, well, yeah, we want to take them. I also really want to go to the state fair, but I don't know if we'll get to this year or not. I went to the state fair when I was a kid because I grew up in Dallas area. Dallas, Texas, which is where our state fair is held. But again, another thing my kids haven't been to. Let's see now if I put this back here. It's a little better. I don't think it's needed though. I think we're just gonna leave it just like this. Just keep it simple and move on. I'm overthinking it. Julie Jones, hi. Hi, Karen. Good morning from Ohio. And Michelle is here from Philly. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you all. It's Friday. So exciting. It's a big day for my daughter today. It's picture day. One of her best friends since kindergarten, her birthday is today. And for a couple of years there, well, there was the lockdown, and school was homeschool for 2 years. And then, so they weren't in school then together. And then they moved also. And so her best friend was in a different school district, but she got to come to my daughter's middle school this year. So they're reunited. So that's so exciting. She's riding home with them after school today, and they're going to have fun. And then I know they'll have fun. And then they're all going to see Beetlejuice tonight, and I'm going to meet them at the movie theater for that. So it's going to be a fun day. And then she has a new friend on campus that her birthday is today as well, and she's going to go and have, I'm going to save this for later. It's just really not needed. So this was the scrap that I had left over from the sheet load. And I had cut it down to make a 5x7 card front, but I really just don't need it. So I'm going to omit that, take that out. And we're just going to put these scraps here. Anyway, so her new friend, her mom is coming to lunch, and her and my daughter and other friends are all going to have lunch together today. So it's just a really big day. Picture day, a couple of friends having birthdays and parties, one at school, one after school. I'm sure the one after school is going to turn into a slumber party. So it's exciting. She's like, wake me up 10 minutes early. I'm going to need time. Extra time this morning. Okay. There. I was overcomplicating it. We made a scrap card. Let's do it again. Okay, let's make another one. I want to look in here. You have some things cut. I won't always use my stuff, but I'm going to use my stuff right now. I already have it cut. I need to keep making cards for the kids in school. I've got these 4 already cut and ready to go. So let me use those. I like this design. I could just do this over and over again. I don't know what any of the measurements are because I'm just using my scraps. Looks like they're about just over 6 1/4. And it's, yeah, a little wider. Okay. Let me see what kind of what other scraps I have. I've got some of these. I know these don't look like scraps, but they're in my scrap bin. And this is in there. I could probably put that to use. finally, you guys, LegalZoom filed my paperwork, and it was approved in 2 days, like they should have done a long time ago. So I think I'm going to be able to launch mid-September. I am so excited now. It feels more real. Okay, just going through my scraps, obviously, picking some things out. I don't need any doll legs today. Pull some of this stuff out. Do y'all have scraps that look like this? Stickers for Sparkle Heart. Oh, I started like an envelope journal. Stamped images of Desiree's. Okay. Some random book pages. Yeah, I think we can use this stuff. Alrighty, let's do this. Get ready for work, but you'd much rather stay and craft with me. I get it. I love that you hung out with me at the very beginning of your day and that you spend your time with me, Michelle. Thank you. I hope you have a good day at work. It's Friday. It is so Friday. You know, it's so funny because we were off on Monday for Labor Day. And so Tuesday, when we all went back to work, it certainly felt like a Monday. Did y'all experience that this week? Oh my goodness. It certainly felt like a Monday, even though we all knew it was Tuesday. It's like you can't escape them. So hopefully today feels like a Friday for everyone. Okay. Now, let's see how many pieces I can get out of this. So I'm gonna start measuring up. Cool. I can definitely get 4 1/4. This is 8 1/2. It doesn't look 8 1/2, but it says it is. Okay, 4 1/4, and then we're gonna do 6 1/4. Actually, let's do 6 1/2. Okay, so there's 2. Let's do another one. Let's see, what size is this? This is 10. Okay. Let's do 4 1/2. I should cut them the same so I don't get confused later, but whatever. And 6 1/2. I want things to be different too. It's fun. I might discover that I like whoops, I almost cut that wrong. One side better than the other. I need this at 6 1/2. Okay, now I have 2 4 card fronts. Yay. I've got scraps, I've got stamps, and I have these 4 pictures. I think we'll put the girls on this brighter paper, the boys on this darker paper. Not that it matters, but they might even look better on this paper, but it's fine because there's going to be scraps involved. I liked that other design that kind of had, I think I'll use my sentiment stamps, and I will put sentiments on the front of these cards. So I'm going to save space for that. Ooh, I kind of like that. And then I'll have like a sentiment down here. I think we're good with that. Okay, let me get the girls out from behind here so I can really see what I'm working with. I am not measuring today. I don't usually measure when I have scraps. I just use a ruler and tear my pieces. Hey, Cinnamon G. Thanks, Michelle. Oh, I hope she has an awesome day too. She is not loving our honors math this year. She has all honors classes and she is not loving it, but she's doing really well. Like, she has a 99 in there. So we just keep encouraging her. Like, look, you may not like it, but a challenge is good and you're doing great. There's a lot of homework and honors math, which I think is part of the problem. I mean, but really, it's good. But for her, she sees it as a problem. For me, I'm like, yay, she's learning and being challenged. Ooh, look at this side. Yeah, that kind of goes with the sky around him. Isn't he great? So he is inspired by my son. And here's Sparkle Heart. She even has a heart beaming. And young Z, the adventurer, out in the, just him and his book. That's my boy. So those are inspired by my kiddos. And he's had that haircut. He has that haircut right now. You know, I had to put my kids in it. Okay. There we go. And then we'll pick a sentiment to go down here. So I'm going to call this one done for now. I'll do the sentiments like at one fell swoop. Okay. So let's get these done pretty quickly here. I do have to go soonish. So I'm just going to tear that piece off. I like that. That works for me. Let's see if there's anything else I want to put behind it. I don't think so. I wish more of the book page was showing on here. Magnifico. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll leave that piece out. It's not really doing anything for me or the card. Okay, so let's see. Tomorrow, y'all, it's junk journals. I feel like I have been junk journal deprived, and maybe y'all do too. That's kind of fun. Let's do that and call it a day because there's going to be a sentiment as well. I might switch the sides though. I'm going to put this over here, I think. Okay. The top part of this scrap is looking a little rough. So that's why I'm not putting that part down. It has like glue on it. So I'm just gonna cut that part off. Of course, I don't know where these scraps are from. I'm sure y'all understand. Throw away the rough part, but this part could still be used for something. Okay, and then I'm gonna pop this piece right here. Yeah. I think I'll orientate this one this direction. Okie dokie. Oh, you worked on Monday, Vicki? My husband did too. Luckily, he got off earlier than normal. And as soon as he got home, me and Sparkleheart went shopping. It's like, yay, you got home early, but then we took off. We went and had a little retail therapy. It was so fun. I know, Jennifer, like you have the same amount of work to do, just less time to do it. I pushed my team and I worked with them, but we worked overtime the week before so that everyone could be off and everyone could enjoy themselves and not feel like, ugh, I have to go back and do twice as much. You know, that feeling. We usually have that feeling in short weeks. It's more stressful. So we didn't have that problem, which is nice. It's very different, but I don't mind it. I think it's good. It's probably going to wind up at the end at the bottom of a kid's backpack, so I'm not going to stress about it. I know how these teenagers are. I have one. This car is going to end up in a backpack. But I want it, obviously, to be nice. I just have a feeling I know it's destiny. And then his mom will probably find it when she's rifling through his backpack to get his lunchbox out. The next day. Been there. Okay. That's that. So those two are done. I'm still going to put a sentiment. Okay, so let's get a girl out. I don't have time to deliberate. I've just got to keep it moving. I obviously am kind of working off the pattern that I established early on with this card. Ooh, if I cut her down a little bit, this could be a mat for her. Let me find another piece. Might be able to make something like that work and put this one over. So this one under, let's put it up here. like that. Put that over there. I think I'm going to trim her down a little bit and mat her right there. See, you can't even tell that's such a scrappy scrap. And then we'll put a sentiment down here. It's wild. I know, but it's fine. Kids are wild. Let's just trim this down a little bit. Not too much. Just a little at the top. A little at the bottom. Yeah, that way this is more matted there. Are they too wild? I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. Oh, you're crafting with your daughter on FaceTime tomorrow, Vicki. I love that. I love that y'all do that. Is it too wild? Is this card too wild? I don't know. It's just the way scrappy cards are, isn't it? What's the other side of this? No. No farm trucks. Thank you. Let me stand up. It's something. Let's see. I think I like it better without that. So we'll edit that out of the equation. Oh, I like that better. Yeah, I like that better. And then we're going to have a sentiment. Let me just get my eyeballs on a potential sentiment strip down here. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's do that. So grab your scraps and make some cards. Oh, that's a really, what? I didn't know that was there. Okay, hold on. Wait a sec. Oh, I like that even better. Awesome. The blue was nice, but the rainbow is better. Taste the rainbow. Hey, Brian. How are you, dear? How's it going? Oh, my goodness. Sabrina's Halloween collection. Absolutely spectacular. And I missed the Labor Day sale. I'm bummed. Raven and Frankenstein. I bet you're having so much fun with all of that. Oh, that rainbow is perfect, you guys. See, you can't even tell. But there's a hole right there in that paper. Okay. Oh, I like this. I know I almost covered up the whole base, but that's okay. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Last one. And then we'll stamp out some sentiments. I love this girl with her dog. That was me growing up. Me and Bear Dog. All right. can do here. I have to make sure I leave space for a sentiment down here. And there's this really pretty piece of a scrap. I'm just playing right now, you guys. This definitely looks like a book page. I think that's distracting. I think I actually really just kind of like it basic like this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Just a line of glue. And I think I'm just going to put this on each side. I might even just put it on one side. We'll see. Let's try it over here. I'm going to move it up, and I think I will put it on both sides. Obviously, I'm just eyeballing this. As far as it being even on each side. That's cute. Okay, let's do that because we're still going to have a sentiment down here. This has like the tiniest pencil mark right there. And I can't let that slide. I can also move it up and trim it off if I need to, but I think I'll be able to get it off. There we go. All right, let's do this. Pretty impressive making 5 cards so fast. That's the other great thing about scraps. You can make 5 cards in a flash. Okay. I knew I put more glue on it than I needed, but I wasn't sure where I would line that up at. Oh, cool. Thanks, Brian. You're welcome. Oh, I guess you can't. Sorry. I was about to say you're welcome to share it here. But you guys go check out B&D Crafts Brian. He's on Scrappy Tales design team. And see what he's baking. What are you making, Brian? What are you making with the, are you doing some of the book cards, the 3D book cards, or what are you working on? Okay. Ooh, I like it. Clean, simple, good. I don't want there to be a big gap in the middle. Not that it would be significant. It's just the thickness of a piece of paper, but still. I'm going to pop that down in the middle just to kind of keep things even so it doesn't sink. Put that right up there. Okay, let's stamp out some sentiments real quick and put them on these 4 cards. Okay, so let's see, which ones are we going to use? So I thought that this had a real kind of magic look to it, almost some little bit. And so I do have a sentiment that says, books may well be the only true magic, from Alice Hoffman. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. So many books, so little time. Read, dream, achieve. And then I put in my favorite H.G. Wells quote, which is, we all have time machines, don't we? Those that take us back are memories, and those that carry us forward are dreams. I love that quote. So but I think I'll use the true books may well be the only true magic on these. Okay, and I'm going to use my scraps. I don't have to use white. I can use these solid color scraps, or I could matte my sentiment with this and put a thinner white strip in the middle. That's also a possibility. So let me get my trimmer out real quick. This is about an inch, so we'll do less than that. Let's see if I can stamp on 3/4 of an inch. I can. Okay. This will be kind of fun, matting our sentiments. That's something I don't normally do. So get some space to work here. Now, I also designed this stamp set because I wanted, uh-oh, I just lost that stamp. There it is. Whew. Fell in my scraps. Okay. I designed it so that you could embellish your sentiments. You know, like we can stamp this down and put a book on the side or something, you know? Let's do it. Also, these books I mirrored so that you could kind of have like a bookend as well. But these could also go on the sentiment. So that's why some of these are smaller too, is I wanted to be able to kind of embellish sentiments. I'm going to leave a little space because I could come back and stamp this book on the other side if I wanted to. All right, I need to get 4 of these, and it doesn't look like I cut my paper evenly. So that's unfortunate. Regular cards at this point. I'm thinking about taking my channel and gearing it more towards cards and mini albums in 2025. Well, that sounds fun, Brian. Isn't it fun to be able to do that? You can do anything you want. It's yours. Just go on a journey with it. That's what I do with mine. It's just a journey. I don't think I'll be able to get more than 2 sentiments on this particular strip because it was cut crooked. Boo. Okay, let's move over here. Okay. I didn't do the best job stamping those down. These are photopolymer. You don't have to give these CPR. They have such a good impression. By the way. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the sentiment off. I'm going to just leave the book on. And then I can stamp the book on the other side. Or I could just leave it like it is. Let's try one like it is. Let's try this one. And then here's the strip that I can mat it onto. Yeah, it's a little crooked. It'll be fine. When I say crooked, I mean this isn't cut evenly. It'll be fine. I'm not a perfectionist anymore. I have recovered from that. Hey, a few more people are popping on. Hi. Hi, Denise. Good morning. Hi, Nima. Good morning. I hope you ladies are doing well. Oh, hi, Amy. I'm making these cards to drop off at our local schools. I'll probably just send them to my daughter's middle school or my son's high school. And they're encouragement cards that I'm just going to leave with the counselors, and they can give them to students who maybe are having a hard time this year. Or they can give them to teachers. They can do whatever they want with them, but they're for my public school system here in my hometown. And I'm encouraging others to do the same. I've talked about it a few times, but this is what I'm doing in September, is making cards. At the end of September, we'll see how many I've been able to make, but I'm making cards for my local school for the students, because not everyone, you know, is going there stress-free. They need encouragement. So I thought that would be a great way for them to be able to start off the school year. This one, I'm not going to mat this one. I might actually put the sentiment at the top. Sentiment at the top. Sentiment at the bottom. I think I like it better at the top. This card is different, y'all. But I'm just using my scraps, Amy. These are scrappy cards. I'm using my paper pad that I hope will be out in mid-September. That's what I'm looking at right now. Not this weekend, but hopefully next Saturday I'll be able to launch my shop. I don't know if I like this one, but whatever. Hopefully a kid will like it. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to stress about it. We'll mat this one. Ooh, this one's cut rough. I would turn it into a card drive and just have y'all send me cards, but because I'm so busy at work and I'm trying to launch my website, I'm not up for doing a card, like hosting a card drive. So I'm just kind of presenting a challenge, and I'm just challenging people to make cards of encouragement for kids and leave them at their public school. And that way more schools, more districts will be blessed, not just mine. So it's a month-long thing. I don't have a hashtag or anything. I'm not being that organized with it. I just keep mentioning it, and that's what I'm working on. Okay. Now, for these, I am using like book themed and kind of more learning themed stamps, but I'm going to make some that have encouragement sentiments on them as well. I thought I had stamped, I was like, I thought I stamped this 4 times. I did. Here it is. So this pretty much wraps it up for me today, you guys. We made 5 cards in an hour. Woohoo! That's always a good feeling. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Paula. Who did you work with to make it? I made it. I do look forward to when I'll be able to like hire illustrators and stuff one day, and like when I like somebody's work, I'll be able to be like, hey, can I license you to make paper pads? I look forward to that day, but it's not here yet. It'll be a little while. So I used, I worked with AI. We worked together and came up with these. I have so many more. I have like 15 themes and designs done, but I have to start small. So, you know, some of my collections will be digital only and some will be paper only, like paper pads, printed paper pads. It'll be a mixed bag. I don't know. These aren't like the best cards I've ever made, but they're fine. And hopefully they'll be enjoyed. I like them. I do. Okay. So, card bases. Let me see if I have some cut. I keep saying I need a cut for card bases, and I really do. Let me see if I have any at all. Pre-cut. Actually, I don't think I do. I think I moved them all over here. So these are A2s, but we're making 5x7 today. So I'm gonna have to cut some card bases real quick. So let's just do that real quick like here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How are you, Shannon? Packing up to leave again, off to British Columbia with my dad. How fun. I love that. You like that idea, Denise? Yeah, it's needed. It is needed. And I just don't imagine a lot of people drop off handmade cards for encouragement. And, you know, teachers need encouragement too. So I'm going to include some that have like these ladies, you know, for teachers as well. Not that all teachers are ladies, but that's what I have in this paper pad. So, yeah, just a little something. after these cards are done, I'll have, let me count them in my head. I'll have 19 cards. So I'm going to give them my sheet load. I made 2 cards with my Ohuhu, my new Ohuhu products. In that video, I made 2 cards. And that's when I came up with the idea, actually. And then I've made 5 today. So that brings me up to 19. In no time, really, I'll have quite a few cards. Not near as many cards as there are students, but at least I'll have some. Besides, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to make, not every student in the school is going to need one. Thank goodness. So I always cut my 7-inch side first because then I get a piece that's 1.5 inches. My longest piece is 1.5 inches and then my shortest piece is 1 inch. I don't know. I just feel like I get more paper that way. I'm always thinking of the ways to maximize my paper. Even when it comes down to knowing that these are just going to be scraps. So I cut on the 8.5 inch side. I cut down to 7 when I'm cutting my card bases. And then I keep these because you can stamp your sentiments on them. You can stamp other things on them as well. Okay. All right. So 4 card bases. Alrighty, let me just glue these down and then I gotta run. I'm sure y'all do too. Or don't, just stay. Relax. Okay, so let's see what these look like on a card, shall we? This is how I've always worked, by the way. I've always worked on bases or card fronts, and then I put them on bases. It's just how I've worked as a card maker since the very beginning. So there's one. See, it could look a little rough scrap wise. I wasn't sure how these would look, but something about, for me personally, and my taste, is that once I put it on something with a nice border, it just makes it look so intentional and like, it just cleans it up so nice. So let's see, this one I'm kind of like, not sure of. So let's see what this one looks like when we go from this, which feels incredibly scrappy, to a card base. Oh, I like it more. I wanted to put teenagers on my cards because I feel like they're so seldom represented. So in my paper pad, I wanted some teenagers and some young adults, you know, feel like they need some representation in paper pads. See what that white does? Now I did cut these, so if you were here at the beginning, I cut my card fronts for these at a different size than I did for these. So these have a slightly more narrow border and these have a wider border. That was by design. Ooh, I really like that one. Okay, last one. We'll take a look at all 5 cards and then I gotta bolt out of here. I love it. You know, I think scrappy cards reward the looking because your brain's like, whoa, what's going on here? And you have to investigate more. Your mind has to investigate and go, yeah, what is going on here? Oh, some cool patterns. Okay. Okay, so 5 cards. We did it. Here they are. They all say the same thing. Books may well be the only true magic. And yeah, I think these images are pretty magical, which is why this particular paper pad, I just had to make a stamp set. I won't always do that, but it really needed one, and I'm so glad I did. I'd be a little lost without it, I think. Um, you know, I'd be hunting, trying to find sentiments, which we'll use other sentiments with these, but for this, I am grateful to have them. So here's this one, which I was really unsure of, but I like it. And hopefully a young man will like it too. I love the glow around him. They do, Denise. That's why I want to encourage them. They do have a lot of pressure. And this sweet little card, I'm glad I put that strip, that scrap on each side. I think it framed it up nicely, and it's fine that it's not fully matted the way this is fully matted. I mean, I like it both ways. This is really clean, and I love the colors on this one. She really is the focal point there. And then we've got one for a teacher. This one doesn't have a sentiment yet, but I can always put my sentiments on the inside. And then Sparkle Heart. And then there's Sparkle Heart. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, that you'll get your scraps out and play with them. Maybe that you'll make some kids some cards, or teachers some cards, and drop them off at your school. You don't have to have kids in school to do this. You know, you just go in and make a donation, and I'm sure they'll lovingly accept it. How did I make the stamp set? Well, I designed the stamp set. I mainly just focused, well, I had a few things that I wanted to accomplish with it. I wanted a lot of good, like, bookish sentiments. And then I wanted mirrored images, because I don't know about y'all, but like, I always, like, if I just put, for instance, this set of books, I know in my head I would have wanted some going the other way. So I went ahead and mirrored it. And I did the same thing with like these flourishes right here. I mirrored those as well, because I just felt like I would want that. And then I wanted a couple of labels so that you could have like from the library of or something. And I didn't put from a library of up here, but you know, this is first chapter. There may be a second chapter, which is why I actually labeled it first chapter, because, well, this is the first stamp set I've ever designed. And I have a feeling we'll have some, another chapter eventually. And maybe then I'll do a from the library of, but yeah, I wanted a couple of labels, and then I wanted some builders. So I wanted some ways to like embellish sentiments and a little builder set. So that's what I had in mind when I designed it. I liked the idea of having an open book too, so like things could come out of it, like flowers or whatever. This is the only stamp. The stamp is really different, but I also designed this so it could come out of this book. I'll show you that real quick, and then I really have to go. So I don't know if this scrap will be big enough. I don't think so. Well, let's see if it's wide enough. Yeah, we'll get the main idea here. But basically, I created this open book, and it's small, but that's fine. I wanted the scale was actually important. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I wanted an open book image. And that way you could put different things coming out of the book. I thought that would be really fun. And this piece right here will be gorgeous in lots of places, not just coming out of the book. I wanted a stamp set that was really like useful, that had a lot of uses. But this is one idea I had. And we could put a sentiment at the top if we wanted to. But yeah, just so it's I'm calling it a builder stamp set. It's not like a layering stamp set necessarily, but it's one that you can kind of build and do different things with. We did some of that here. I don't know where that piece went. Kind of just threw it off to the side, but we kind of like built up some corners with it already. We'll come back. I'm going to do a video. I didn't want to release too much too early because I didn't know when that paperwork would come through, but it was cleared 2 days ago. So we'll definitely, I'll have some videos where I share more about the ideas I had behind design and how to use it. That's it. That's what I got, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hi, Mary. I know, it's so early for you and Kim. Oh, the collage. Yeah, that's just because it was all scraps. Just scrappy little pieces of paper. You're in Alaska. Are you hanging out with Kim? I want to come hang out with both of y'all. All right, guys, that's everything. I'll see y'all later. Bye, Paula and Mary and Nima and Denise and Amy and everybody else that's here. I hope y'all have a super awesome Friday. I'll be back tomorrow and we're junk journaling. That's all I know. We're going to junk journal tomorrow, y'all. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see y'all later. Bye.